What's up, y'all? Chapter 22 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex just dropped. Let's get into it and dig in, man. As I put this on slideshow. So, chapter 22 just dropped. And what can I say about it? It's a banger. I think one of the best chapters so far. Chapter start off where we left off, of course. Boruto just destroyed Moi Senu on the floor to pieces, looking like Trunks just dropped in with his time machine and sliced up your boy Frieza. So Konohamaru, who is surprised and blown away by how Boruto just demolished this powerful foe in mere seconds. He never attacked Boruto. I think he's coming to understand now that, hey, listen, Boruto is one of the good guys. No matter what my brain is saying, no matter what this omnipotence is telling me, I think this guy is pretty good. I don't think he understands that this is actually one of his students. Is actually the person he looks up to. This is his son as well. But he says he's asking him like how he did it. He asked Boruto, "How did you do that?" Boruto explained that, "Hey, listen, Matsuri was actually in a fight before, so she was weakened, of course, but I still do it. I think that he's more powerful than he leads on, all right? But this is where it gets a little silly and a little crazy. Your boy Jura just entered the battlefield, baby. Jura popped up there after, of course, Kashin Koji telling Boruto exactly what would happen. And that is, if he enters the battlefield, Jura will follow. Jura pops out of a claw grime. After popping out of a claw grime, and Boruto is explaining to Konohamaru, a Bijou Damas comes right at them. Misses them, by the way. Misses them. And I'm like, when I saw that, I said, wait, is this a chink in his armor? Is this a flaw that we're seeing with Jura? By the way, he is connected, and keep in mind, and always remember this, he is connected to the tree people, and he's becoming humanoid now. He's feeling feelings. His emotions is running wild. So I don't know if that got anything to do with him missing that Bijou Dama. So right after he charges in, Boruto hits him with a Rasengan. And what I would say for this chapter, what I noticed is that Boruto is much faster than your boy Jura. And he says it. He says Flying Raijin. And he's intrigued by how Boruto used it. And now he says, and I'm paraphrasing here, he's excited that he gets to fight such a powerful foe. That's Jura saying this. And it is kind of like the Saiyans, right? And I know I'm doing a lot of Dragon Ball references here. It's kind of like the Saiyan. My dog is barking right now. It's kind of like the Saiyans, right? They like to fight more powerful enemies. It tells them where they're at in power, and every time they fight, they grow more. That's kind of like Sasuke and Naruto, by the way. They that happens to them. But he says right before that, he says, and it's the most silliest thing I could think of that they could think of to put in here, and it makes sense why he said this. He says, "What is love?" That's it right there. Yeah, it says the next question out here is out of pure curiosity. What is love? I said, what? What did this guy just ask? What is love? So he right. Sorry, it cut to the next panel, which was and I'm glad they're confirming this. And for those people that didn't know this, Kashin Koji and Ada is actually in communication. They're in communication either through the sensory unit. Is Ino helping them out? But I doubt Ino is going to help them out because Ino is. I don't think Ino has that long communication to actually use her mind transfer jutsu on that far of a level. I think it's their power and them being created I don't know, but I do see Ada's left eye inverted, her right eye is lit. That's lit up, and I know Kashin Koji has his new power, and they're talking, and they have nothing but doomed things to say about Boruto. They basically are saying he's cooked. He's cooked. They're saying my boy is cooked. They said, and they go on, and he's and they're looking. By the way, both of them can see this battle. I'm not sure. Wait, is Kashin Koji using the frog? But I do know Ada have her Sen Rigon or whatever she got. And she's impressed by Boruto. Then they go on to say why he's cooked. Well, Boruto, before he went to fight Jura, he did tell Konohamaru to get the team out of there, right? And we got 3 to 4 people to get away, not including Boruto. And this is a very coincidental or iconic battle because this happened before. I'm gonna tell you how it happened before. A scene just like this happened before with somebody using the flying Raijin. Before I get to that though, they told him basically he's gonna die. This is where he dies. This is what Kashin Koji is saying. Because, and there's like at least 3 people that's saying this in this chapter, that Boruto will die. And that's Kashin Koji, that is Ada, and that is Jura. They said the reason why he's going to die, of course, he's seen it in his premonitions. Secondly, in order for the team to get away, Konohamaru, Sarada, she's passed out, Ahura, who else? Mitsuki. For them to get away, they have to fight Jura. He has to fight Jura. Or as Jura, of course, who can fly and can shoot Biju Damas at probably lightning speed out of his eyes. He has to keep him busy. You have to keep him preoccupied. So, with that being said, they asked, Ada asks, can he use Flying Raijin? Kashin Koji explained that he cannot use Flying Raijin right now because Flying Raijin is where he uses his chakra to detect the tools that he has, I guess, infused his chakra into, and he can't use it at that far of a distance. He cannot sense them at that far of a distance, right? That's a second reason why he cannot leave the battlefield right now. He has to stay to fight him so the guys can get away, or his team can get away. And secondly, he cannot use Flying Raijin right now. The Flying Raijin concept, I don't understand why he can't, but I know he basically needs to sense them, but he sensed them to get here, right? I mean, you'd use your brain to leave one from where you came from. But anyway, they go on to say, Ada says, well, he's done. Kashin Koji said he's finished. Now here comes Jura. Jura goes on to say, because of love, you're gonna die here, basically. I'm paraphrasing again. Please go read the chapter. Go read the chapter. And he's asking him, they're speaking about love. So let me get to why I said this has happened before. Do you remember the second Hokage and how he died? Remember you had the Ginkaku and Kinkaku, the brothers from the Cloud Village, along with what I think 20 elite ninjas were coming to capture him, along with the third Hokage was there, Hiruzen, and also the most darkest ninja of them all, Danzo, along with several other people. And you remember what the second Hokage did. By the way, who created the Flying Raijin? Another Flying Raijin user. Flying Raijin users tend to sacrifice themselves. And I hope this is not the case, what's going to happen here. And I'm going to get to my prediction at the end. And if that happened, what would happen? And And you remember how he stayed, and that's how he actually met his demise, by him actually trying to protect his team and telling them run on. And a lot of I used to think to myself too, why didn't the second Hokage use flying rising to get away from the brothers? Right? That don't make sense. But then this is telling you, basically this is telling you exactly why he didn't. He had to stay to fight them, or else those very fast elite ninjas would have caught up to Danzo and Hiruzen and the other guys. And yeah, and this is what Boruto is doing right now. It's a exact mimic of that battle. All right. Okay, back to the battle. So now Jura just told him this thing about why he's gonna lose, why he's gonna die here. Boruto decides he got to use Rasengan Uzuhiko, because he just used a Rasengan on Jura, hit him, and it's like nothing happened, not a scratch. So he's trying to use it, but guess what? Of course, this foe who can fly and can move very fast will not allow Boruto to stay still. In order for him to create the Rasengan Uzuhiko, he needs to draw the Earth's energy, chakra, right? And he has to stay still and plant his foot ground. He has to be grounded. He has to be grounded. Jura comes at him, but then he tosses his sword. He tosses his sword in between him and Jura. It lands on the ground. He told him the most silly lie. He's silliest lie. He says, "This sword belongs to my master, and if you touch it, basically you'll meet one of the worst end ever." And so Jura, now trying to grab some intel from Boruto, tells him, "Listen, I'll leave this sword the way it is if you can tell me who you're working with." He basically tells him that it's weird that he knows all this information about them, the thorn soul bulb, and how you can actually revive the person that was bitten by the claw grind and what's not. But this was a ploy. This was a ploy by Boruto to distract him, to keep him talking. Again, one thing I would say is that Boruto went back. I used to hate the fact that they got all these ninja tools and all this stuff in Boruto Naruto Next Generation, and the way of a ninja was not seen as much. Boruto went back there, and basically he's tricking him. This is what ninjas do. Remember, they used to hate Naruto a lot because Naruto was one of those, he wore a bright orange, like what I'm wearing right now, orange clothing, and it was easy to see him. He wasn't a ninja as in the form as you hid. You get your foe when they're not looking. You deceive, distract, and this is what Boruto did in this one. He tossed his sword in between them. It stuck there. Jura now, he's thinking, because, he's still like, oh yeah, I already got this foe. He's weaker than me. But a weak ninja can defeat a more powerful foe, because if they use the tactics that's trained onto them. And remember the tuning exam, what they do, you can cheat. Just got to know how to do it. So now with him tossing the sword down, Jura's distracted. He draws the nature energy, which he did it pretty quick. It was surprising to me that he did it that quick. Draws the nature energy. Hit him right in the back. He did, I guess, flying rising again. Hit him in the back. And I'm like, it's over. Thank God. But I'm like, if it's over now, who's the bigger focus? We still got a lot more chapters to go, right? But it wasn't over, folks. It wasn't over. It was not over yet. Jura took it with his chin up. Asking Boruto, "What's next? I'm ready." Boruto, I think he was left stunned. I'm not sure if it's because he did it so quick. Because again, you're drawing chakra, so you have to get as much as possible. Could be that. But Jura now is deciphering the jutsu that was just used on him. And he's like, oh, this is like, he's like, my world is turning. And just like Sasuke's Shinju, right? Hidari. And her Hidari got destroyed over time. But he then, I'm not sure if he stopped it then. He said, this is just like the Bijou Dama. Just like the Bijou Dama. and how it works. Chapters end. The chapter ends right there. The same principles as Bijou Dama. Chapter ends right there. And now, Kashin Koji words got me a little scared. Is your boy cooked? And oh, this is my prediction. This is what I said. If Boruto is to take any kind of fatal blow, not even fatal, any kind of blow where it harms him too much, he always have the trump card. And I think this is where Momoshiki. This is my prediction here. This is my prediction here. We have not seen that evil being called Momoshiki. Old boy Momoshiki will present himself. Because he will not allow Boruto to die. If Boruto dies, he dies, of course. He can hijack his body and he can live through that, but if Boruto dies, he dies. So that is the chapter. One of the best chapters I've seen so far. This is my third video I've put on this channel, along with like two, 3 shorts maybe. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, man. Let me build my channel, please. I love this series. I love Boruto. I love Naruto. I'm an anime freak. And if you can, please, of course, hit me with a like, share the video, and subscribe. Come back. Let me build a community with y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And have a beautiful day. Of course, go read the chapter because I've skipped some stuff now. Go read the chapter. Peace.